Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having an absolutely amazing day. If you're new here, hi, I'm Liz, aka My Pastel Past, and I do a lot of Animal Crossing content here on YouTube, and I'm a variety streamer over on Twitch. Now, today's video is a little bit odd. As you can see, once again, my intro is a little bit different in terms of footage just because I'm using some recordings that I got during my last Animal Crossing live stream over on YouTube, so I apologize for that. But today we are working on our campsite, and I'm so excited for this build. It was a little bit of a rocky start at first, I will admit, but overall I really liked it. Right now I'm just placing down some of the paths, and I'm gonna skip over this part so we can hop right into the build itself. Hey y'all, future past Liz here. I was getting this area ready to start recording this video, and I now have a new app on my Nook Shopping, and I know I say this a lot, but here's yet another thing I didn't know in my almost 8,000 hours of this game. I have no idea what this app is, so I paused everything. Nook Shopping. You can get Nook Shopping from your phone? You can now access Nook Shopping anytime, anywhere, thanks to this handy dandy app. I can totally read stuff. Shop. I don't need to run to the thingy anymore to get Nook Shopping done. Oh my god. How did I not know this? I've spent how many hours in this game? And I didn't know that there was an app. I've done how many speed builds now and edited videos, but this would have been so useful to have so I wouldn't have to keep running back and forth, and I didn't know this existed. Hello, Present Liz back again. I went on to rant for like another few minutes about that, but we all know the gist at this point. Again, something I didn't know that was in the game that shocked me and kind of annoyed me that I only just figured it out. What's the surprise there? It's me. We all know that I know basically nothing about this game because I just focused on building and decorating for so long. But back to the build, I've decided to line this campsite just a little bit with some bunny day planters and then some of these plant partitions as well. I also use a little bit of that lattice fence because, again, this build is so out of the ordinary for me. It's so different from what my comfort style of building is in Animal Crossing that I had to kind of adjust. Normally with these kind of builds, I would use something like cliffs or waterfalls, even a pond, to kind of section off the campsite from the rest of the builds. However, the path that's leading behind the campsite that you can kind of see is actually going to lead to where one of my neighborhoods is going to be. So I needed that kind of barrier between it. So I ended up using a mix of the lattice fences and those plant partitions, and I actually really like how it turned out. It's different than what I'm used to, but at the same time, it's kind of nice. For this area that's all nicely paved and pathed, all done up, I'm basically making a little bit of a kitchen, a dining area, and then a resting area to the left. So I use some of these log benches, the tables. I have the outdoor table, the hand washing station, which I think is super cute. And then I'm also going to place down a little bit of a hammock in this area just to kind of fill the space a little bit. It's a very awkward space. It's not too big, but it's not small by any means either, if that makes sense. So it was a very awkward place for me to build. I really wanted to place a mama bear on this bench, and I couldn't. The game wouldn't let me, and that just broke my heart because I wanted it to look like the bear was having a little picnic of sorts. And then I forgot to place some of the fences along this side, so I'm just doing that real quick here. And then I also added in a portable toilet because it's a campsite. We all gotta go to the bathroom, you know? It's a normal thing. And because of how big this gap is, I added another table. I believe this is the outdoor folding table, almost like a kitchen island of sorts, if that makes sense. And then here is the hammock for the area. It just needed something to fill the space. I didn't want to have another seating area, and I figured a hammock is something nice to add to it. And now that that area is mostly done, I'm going to the area that I had the most fun with, which is really odd. It's the beach. If you've seen any of my past videos or live streams, you know that I absolutely hate decorating the beaches, which is weird that I actually liked doing this one. I spent, I think, about 2 to 3 hours just gathering materials and furniture items for this beach alone. I wanted to have kind of like a swim area, some areas seating for if you were out with your family at the campsite, you could relax, sit down, lie down, but also have a little bit of a bonfire. Whenever I think of camping, I always remember sitting by the bonfire with my family and friends, hanging out, roasting marshmallows, so I had to incorporate that. I made a little bonfire just to the left of the entrance, as you can see there. I love how it turned out. However, as I'm placing down lawn chairs, I'm realizing that I don't have enough space for some of like the poolside beds and the beach towels that I have. I have a lot of seating that I want to get into this area, and with the campfire being right there, there's just not enough room, so I end up having to move that all the way to the left-hand side, which I do shortly. I did, however, get to put in the lifeguard tower and a little bit of a sandcastle, which I think is super cute. Here I am now just moving this entire bonfire area off to the side, and in my mind, for some reason, I thought, why pick up the bonfire and the other log stool when I can just drag it across? Why did I think that was a good idea? I should have just picked it up and placed it. I don't know, I had a small brain moment and I decided to drag everything across. Luckily, I came to my senses and I just picked up the other two items instead of dragging them like everything else. I tried to add a little bit of dimension, I guess, with having the benches alongside the log stool and the mum cushion, if that makes sense. I didn't just want to have 3 log benches all over the place, because sometimes when you're out camping, you don't have the right seat all the time. So that's why I placed the little the log stump, the log stool. I don't actually know what it's called. I completely forget all the names in this game, which is ironic because I play this game a lot, so I feel like I should know what everything's called, but I don't. And then this poolside table or chair confused me so much because I thought that it was right side up, and then I looked at it again and I realized that it wasn't. To be honest, I had to actually look really close at it. If I didn't look very close, I would have placed it the wrong way and not noticed. So at this point in the build, I basically have almost everything set up. My main area sections are complete. Now I'm just grabbing some coconuts to place down to add trees, and while I was recording this, or I guess building this, I didn't realize until afterwards that they needed to grow. So I also then panicked for a good few minutes while I was waiting to time travel to see if my trees would grow, trying to figure out whether or not they would actually grow, or if I misplaced them, or if, I don't know. I was so scared that because I'd already placed the bulk of my furniture in the areas that I really wanted them to be, that I had accidentally placed coconuts too close to the water or too close to the edge or something. I've had coconuts not grow in the weirdest places, and I still don't fully know why. So luckily they all turned out perfectly fine. I ended up adding even a few extra ones here and there at the end of the build that I don't include in this video, just because it's just me going and planting some extra coconuts, but they all worked out well. I'm now then taking a bunch of the shell lamps, the shell speakers, and some more partitions to decorate the beaches. I absolutely love these items. I don't know why I don't use them more in my beaches, because typically for my beaches, I would just place down coconut trees and call it a day and be like, it's the beach. There's coconut trees everywhere. But the speakers and the shells actually go really, really well. I think that they're cute, and because we have shell speakers, I'm able to add my favorite song in Animal Crossing, Bubblegum, in it. I don't think Bubblegum is YouTube safe. My brain wants to tell me that it's DMCA, DMAC, DACM. No, I don't remember what the acronym is. It's some combination of those 4 letters. Y'all can let me know down in the comments because my brain has given up at this point. This is like the 3rd time I've tried to do a recording for this video. I give up. I want it done. I want to go to bed. But I don't think I'm allowed to actually play Bubblegum on YouTube. correct me if I'm wrong. If I am wrong, I'm gonna start playing it everywhere because I absolutely love the song, and apparently it has lyrics too. I found out through TikTok, but I was finally able to get all of the shells in place, and obviously we had to add a few little details. I found some cute new custom designs specifically for this build, which are these adorable little planks. I don't know if you guys can see as clearly as I could see when I was placing them, but they have these little cherry blossom petals around the planks. I think it's the time of day. I'm recording this at like 6 p.m. at night, I think, on my island. I never do in real game time, so I'm assuming this is 6 or 7 just based on the sunlight alone. So it kind of created this like golden glow on my island. See, it's hard to see, but if you can see those little specks, those are cherry blossoms, and it's so cute. And then I found these little shells that are pink and purple, and I was like, this goes perfectly with my island. It's a pink core island. And then I have the iridescent shells, and I was like, it all matches. I found some perfect codes, and I'm very happy. I'm just placing them randomly. I don't actually know how people make paths on beaches look good, but somehow I did. And then this is the final build. Shino is once again in my way. This is how the campsite turned out. I actually really like how this turned out, surprisingly enough. And then I love how this beach turned out. I don't really do beaches, so for me, I think it's amazing. I love how the shell lamps look with the iridescent shell partitions and the shell speakers, and then all the different seating areas, and the pathway leading through it. I love this area so much. I think it turned out great. Please let me know down below in the comments what you all think of this build, what your favorite part of it is, and I shall see you all in the next video.